As to your question about what would I be doing if I hadn't taken psychedelics, well, I don't know. What I was doing, what I assumed I would end up doing before I took psychedelics was hopefully end up teaching art history in a very exclusive Eastern girls' school somewhere for a long, long time. It was a kind of Nabokovian lechery was my life's plan. It's like realizing and embracing the fact that you're an actor.
Right.
I grapple with this all the time because when I'm brushing my teeth, I find myself humming, "There's no business like show business. There's no people like show people."
And what you do is you sing. That's what the shamans do. You sing. It doesn't matter what you sing. The idea is sit up, open your mouth, and sing. Row, row, row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream. Sing, and then it will move. It will move on you. But if you clench, then it just is hell.
They understand that psychedelics are a blowtorch to their ice cube. They don't want to get near it. You know, they used to have the excuse that they, even though they were going to spend a lifetime criticizing psychedelics, they couldn't invest 6 hours to find out what it was about. Well, so then we brought them DMT, which lasts 5 minutes. So now the new excuse is, well, as a professional person, I don't choose to break the law. Fine, here's some alpha-salvinorin. It's unscheduled, it lasts 5 minutes, it'll cut your head off. Will you do it? And they say, well, no, I have a heart murmur, or I have an appointment in 20 minutes, or something. There is absolute terror to confront the reality of what this represents. My idea of how to do the guide is, okay, I'm going to take 6 grams of mushrooms. I will be in this room. Here is a closed door. You be on the other side of this closed door. And if I ring this bell 3 times, you may open the door a crack and say, what? That's the guide. The idea, I mean, I've heard people say, you know, I took mushrooms and I was just beginning to work it out, and then the guide said, well, now remember, you wanted to work on some issues while you were loaded. Now, what about your impending gum surgery, divorce, bankruptcy? And you're just saying, you know, I was touching God. Do you mind? So, and how I got into this, like the gentleman who asked the question, is by being in the Amazon, by having searched India to say, you know, what can you show me? And they couldn't show me anything. They wanted me to sweep the ashram for 12 years, and then something wonderful was going to happen. But then when I got to South America, I said, what can you show me? And this guy said, let's sharpen our machetes. We'll go out here and get some of this snake vine and come back, and I'll show you. And by 10 o'clock that night, you know, I was sobbing in the guy's arms. He'd shown me. I was a convert. I'd sweep his courtyard for 12 years without asking. To put the greatness of writers in perspective, I'll tell you a story about the last time I dealt with my publisher at Bantam in New York. Sitting across from those people above the 50th floor, how I come off to them is, well, now let's see, Mr. McKenna, we have current sales figures in front of us. You're kind of a 60,000 copy kind of guy, aren't you? And frankly, Mr. McKenna, around here that really butters no bread. We're interested in the million-plus seller. We can carry people like you, of course, given that we have substantial successes in other fields, and on like that. To which I replied, so I guess you're not taking me to dinner at Elaine's, which was true. Not even tea.
You cannot be half slave and half free. You cannot be half hip and half yup. You know?
Why do you not videotape your sessions?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea why.
Is the question, can you?
Yes, I can.
No, well, we can arrange it. I just never bother because I smoke too much dope, frankly. Worry about stuff like that. I mean, it sounds like a splendid idea, like so much that would happen if I stopped smoking cannabis. What happens is that this stuff, which we call mind, takes the shape of its container, the way water takes the shape of a container. And when mind is folded down into the tiny, eensy-beensy, cramped container of bourgeois, American, materialist, Republican, howly existence, it becomes a kind of a narrow experience of some sort, if you know what I mean.
In a sense, what nature does is make the body a less and less comfortable place to be, until finally you just say, all right already, you know. Beam me up, Scotty.
I mean, I tend toward row your boat gently down the stream. Merrily, 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 life is but a dream.
There's no business like show business. There's no people like show people.